The clock's ticking fast. Crypto secrets from the future and past. Magic got the spark, Dave's got the flow. Right in the blockchain, wherever it goes. The crypto magic hour, feel the power. Counting coins as we print every hour. VeVeMagic, Dave's on the scene. Crypto dreams in a digital gleam. Oh yeah, the crypto magic hour.
Do you want to know something? What's up, everybody? Do you want to know what I just realized? Because the majority of the time, I'm so focused on like, what kind of dumb shit am I going to do when we get on screen finally, right? That I didn't realize like that the animation at the end where it's like crypto magic hour. Like pretty dope. I just want to say it's pretty cool.
It took you how many weeks? 47 weeks to
47 weeks, 47 episodes, probably a lot more than week. Yeah. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Magic Hour. We are back. It's still freezing. Obviously, as you can tell, me and Magic are freezing our butts off, you know?
Super cold over here.
It's extremely cold where we are. And, you know, but we still show up. We still show up every single week. Do you know why? Because we love you. Why did I just Barney that? Do you know why? Because we love you. Magic, what's up?
We're one big happy family.
Yeah. I love you. Yeah. What's up? How was your weekend?
It was good. I got some Disney time in and got some relaxed time in, got some Super Bowl time in, got some food time in. So
Super Bowl.
Good stuff. It was a very boring game.
I mean, really? Really? The game was freaking terrible. It was like, I mean, awful. I mean, I thought we had like a little sign of life. Maybe I'm also a little bit bitter that I lost, you know, a couple $100 on Kalshi because I bet the Patriots. Yeah, wasn't very good. It was just not a good game. It just wasn't good. But yeah, Disney time. How many times a year do you go to Disney? I'm sure I've asked you this 100 times, but just roughly, give me for any of the new viewers, like how many times, like how often are you at Disney?
I would say on average once or twice a month. Sometimes I'll make a weekend of it. Some days it's just there and back.
So I'd say on average about 20 times throughout the course of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not enough.
Not enough. What?
No,
you'd like to go more.
I would be. Oh my God. If I would live closer, I would be there so often, but I'm looking at a 2-hour commute each way. So that gets a little, but I'm very grateful because some people don't live anywhere near as close as I do.
This is true. This is very true. Well, what now then? Like now, like you go 20 times a year, and do you go like more often in the summertime and the wintertime? Like
it depends on my schedule. Like last summer, I didn't go that much, but I was just traveling a lot and going to different conventions and stuff.
Interesting. What'd you think of the? I mean, the Super Bowl game was boring, but what'd you think of the commercials?
The commercials, you know what's funny is I'm always so excited for the commercials. Like that's kind of why I watch, and I always feel like I'm let down.
Really?
Yeah, like I just half of them like that's not funny.
Did you see any yesterday that you thought were sort of funny?
Well, so I had seen the one with Benson Boone and Ben Stiller, but I think without sound, like prior to the game.
Yeah.
And just I think it was like happened to show up on a commercial on TV somewhere. And it looked funny, but I was like out of the room when that one went on. So I don't know exactly what transpired there. I liked Matthew McConaughey with
Bradley Cooper.
Yes, Bradley Cooper. I like that one.
That was
and
good.
then I'm a sucker for the Clydesdales. So the Budweiser Clydesdale commercial always gets.
Oh, with the eagle? The eagle?
That was heavily AI though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, where are they gonna find fucking? Yeah. But it sold though.
Cute, though.
And but the funny part was they tried to gloss it at the end where like they had the Clydesdale and the eagle at the game. You know what I'm saying? So it was just
and I was
kinda
looking,
like,
I'm like, is that fake? And I'm like, no, the horse is moving. It's real.
yeah. Horse was real for sure. Yeah, there was definitely some. I mean, that's kind of what, just to maybe lay the land for everybody. That's kind of what we're going to chat about today. But there were some commercials that I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Like some of them heavy AI. There was a coin. Did you see the Coinbase one? I want it that way. Tell me why.
Yes. Okay, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of mixed reactions because people were like singing along, and then they put Coinbase up. I think it was Naeem that shared one of them. Naeem literally that shared one of them in one of my comments where people were like singing. They were filming like their reactions to the commercial, and they were like, "Tell me why he ain't nothing," and then like they go through the whole thing, and then at the end, it's like Coinbase, and they're like, "Oh, and damn." The sentiment for crypto has literally gone to shit.
Oops. I guess that was a good one. The Backstreet Boys is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. This wasn't even the actual Backstreet Boys. They were just the music. That was just the music. It was like karaoke.
Oh, because Backstreet Boys was that also Coinbase, or that was something different?
No, that was something else. That was another. So Backstreet Boys, I don't remember what the.
Okay, I didn't see the Coinbase one. I didn't see the Coinbase one.
Hold on, let me see. I think I have Super Bowl ads 2026. Let's see. I had, you can like, there's a bunch of them where you can like Super Bowl commercials, grading the best ones. I guess it's just kind of like personal preference, but I think there was a lot of like, I feel like people it was more, what's the word I'm looking for? It was more like risky this year. Then like you weren't like because like normally like you're seeing sometimes like people kind of go a little conservative. I feel like everyone kind of just went balls to the wall with like, we're going to try and be like the edgy ones or the funny ones or like the shock value ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was good, but I feel like you could easily sense the like the shift. You know what I mean? Like there was a Mr. Beast one where I think today, like still today, he was like, you know, we've launched in collaboration with Salesforce a puzzle for like $1 million, and like, you know, and it starts right here in this video, and like I'm sure they probably have a bunch of hoops that they want you to jump through or whatever, but like that one like was, I mean, to me, like I'm like those are the things that I think are getting people more and more involved. Magic, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember in 2022, I think it was, where like all of like these like different NFT projects and Coinbase where they would flash like QR codes on the screen, and you had to like be ready to like, you know, scan the QR code and like you go and kind of get something or whatever. Some were like NFTs that I think Nunu told me that she sold hers for like half an ETH or something like that, which is kind of nuts. But I feel like we've kind of moved more towards like the AI side, right? Because Salesforce and AI agents with Salesforce, like Mr. Beast is obviously one of the biggest names out here right now. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like it was like, did you get a sense that it was like AI heavy? Like, did you feel kind of like, right?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of like different like AI shit. And I think, and maybe we just kind of just jump into it like now, because kind of what I wanted to chat about today was, did you see the one? So do you know the story behind AI.com? And did you see that one where it was like register your domain? Okay. So AI.com is a domain, right? Like literally, I mean, when you think about it, it's like probably the best website domain. Vodka one was made by some people who made the McDonald's one that got pulled. Which one? The one with like the Svedka one where they were dancing and they were just drinking, or which vodka one, Naeem? Interesting. But yeah, so AI.com was essentially like one of the most, at least it was all over my timeline, right? So here's the story behind it, right? So the founder of crypto.com, you know, the guy that owns, you know how like in LA, Staples Center got renamed to the crypto.com arena. Yeah. Right. They spent $700 million just on that. So the founder went out and actually bought the domain AI.com for $70 million. And then he spent another 10 million to run a 30-second like ad or a 30-second spot during the Super Bowl when you have 128 million eyes on you. Right. And I'm going to pull up the website now so you get to kind of see like what I'm talking about. But the premise behind all of it was everyone was waiting to be like, well, like, what is this going to be, right? Like, what's this commercial going to be? And they were just like, oh, it's going to promote like this AI agent future. And we were like, well, how? And it was a really, really simple concept that was ultimately, hey, here's what we're doing. I don't see Nunu's comments, by the way. Nunu, get off, fix your Android. I don't see your comments in here. I have to go to X to see them. I hate that. I hate when that, like, Androids, stop it. Nobody, like, enough with the green. Come over to the blue side. And spend 70 million. And when you see the thing, you're just like, well, what the hell is it going to be? And he's just like, go register your own like subdomain. So meaning like ai.com/whatever. And it was like, okay, is that just kind of marketing ploy? But when you got to the site, I'm just realizing now, I think I have to like log in with Google, but I've already registered like 5 different ones. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you what it is, but.
Oh no, you're on the register train again.
This one's a little different, Magic. All right. It's different this time.
It's totally
different this time. I swear it's different this time. It's not the same. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I promise it's not the same. This is different this time. Okay. So check this out. So I wrote this morning, but this is what you saw when you went there, right? It was, you now have to pick a handle for yourself, you as the human, and then you also have to pick a handle for your AI, like your digital twin, right? Essentially like your agent that is going to essentially be representing you. Now, I have no idea ultimately how this is actually going to work, what this actually means. Do they go hand in hand? I don't know. But I think just conceptually, can you kind of, based on also what we were talking about last week, can you kind of wrap your head around, like, wait a minute, like I have to register a human one, and now I have to have like one from my own AI? I mean, if that doesn't make shit real, I mean, what do you think? Yeah.
Well, so what's the point of this site though? Like, is this some sort of new social network like we were talking last week, or is this, we don't know what it is at all?
Correct. We don't know just yet, right? But he spent $70 million on it, and he
launched a site like, that isn't even live, really.
Last night was the first time that it went live and that you were able to now register these things. Essentially, what he's betting on is, look, the future is going to be agentic, right? Like there's going to be agents everywhere. It will overrun the actual internet, right? Like they're going to be out here. You know what I'm saying? And I think like what he's trying to tell people and get them to wrap their heads around is, you're going to need a place to go, right? Like for you, if you want your website, but also like you're going to need a place for your agent to have a place. And I think he's going to probably provide people with tools that are going to be able to now have your agent live, right? Or be able to do things on the internet and give them all sorts of these cool and crazy kind of capabilities. Does that make sense?
Well, it kind of seems like he's just trying to do a takeover of a lot of stuff that's already out there, but has made it more mainstream by having a Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, I mean, make no mistake. Like business is business. This is definitely a money play. Also, I don't even know how much it's going to cost to register these. We just reserved them yesterday, right? Like that's all we did. Right? Like you had to like put like an Apple, like for Apple Pay, like I had to like put through an Apple Pay, like test transaction, but it didn't charge me anything yet. Right? I don't know how much this is actually going to cost, but if anybody that's been in the domain game for a minute, you know that like this shit, there's money here. Right.
Right.
And essentially what he wanted to do. So what Naeem was saying is, remember how last week we were talking about Maltbook and Maltbots and OpenClaw and all that stuff? This is essentially like going to a lot, like when you hear like an OpenClaw wrapper just means essentially like it's the tech from what we talked about last week, but now, hey, she's back. There you go. The tech is back. The tech is from what we discussed last week, but now you take that tech and you put this fancy domain name in front of it. Now it's like, what can AI do for you type of deal? You get it? Because last week, like it was a little bit everywhere, right? Like we were talking about the social media component, we were talking about submults and subreddits and mult books, and it's just confusing, right? Like how do people do it? This is essentially this takes that tech, right, to where remember the video I showed you with Alex where it was like his agent kind of called him up, right? It was like, hey, like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, do this, this, this. And then he saw it happening like live on the screen. This is kind of the fancy, like this is the fully packaged version, or like at least the fancy packaged version. I don't want to say fully because I genuinely have no idea how this is going to essentially end up. Like it could be a total clusterfuck. I have no fucking clue. But I mean, when you buy a domain for 70 million, it was the highest domain sale ever, Magic, $70 million. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. So do you have any idea when you're going to find out if you got the domains that you tried to register?
I actually don't. I actually have no idea. I really, really don't. I don't know when. I haven't gotten any like email. I'm assuming they said they'll notify you or whatever. But what I think they're doing also is what's it called? If you see here on the bottom of the screen, it says if you are a celebrity with more than 100,000 followers, we will soon add an X verification flow for you to claim your handle. So I think now what they're doing is they kind of want to take everything in, like have their AI kind of like assess all the requests and make sure that like, because you want the domains to end up at least with the people that like, you know, that whose names and likeness and everything else like it is, because it just benefits your platform. If like a celebrity with 1 million followers, right, gets their handle, the one that they want, then they're obviously tweeting about you, they're talking about you and doing all this other like cool shit, you know? Does this scare you?
No, it's like I have so many questions, but I don't know where to start. Like, I'm still like, I still just want to know what it's going to be, what it's going to do. I mean, I get that you have an agent and your agent's going to be helping you, but like, how big are they thinking with this?
I mean, if you spend $70 million,
how much, you know, yeah. I mean, how much integration are they going to have, like cross-platform integration with all these different businesses and other companies and social platforms?
Yeah. Listen, I think like there's going to be probably tons and tons of like different integrations and what you can do. Cause like, if you think about ChatGPT now, right? Like you can connect like your G Suite, your Gmail, your calendar, like, and a bunch of other things. And now there's like Slack and Discord, right? You can connect these things like all across, but like these agents are essentially going to be, when you really think about it, and pipe down in the chat, simmer down. We'll get to the Xyber talk. Don't worry about it. And like when you think of like autonomous agents, right? Like you want to be able to essentially have these things go out and work for you while you're doing a million other things. What's up, Niffy? It's good to see you, bro. You want it working for you, right? You want it researching for you, right? Like you want it actually doing something, whether it's earning you money, checking things off your list, helping you be more productive. You want these agents, right? And this is what's going to be, right? You want them doing, remember Magic, how we took pictures of the refrigerator?
Oh, I remember.
Right? Yeah. We took pictures of the refrigerator and it was just like, okay, like now what? Now you can potentially get some, like you can get it. You can tell your agent, take this picture and see what's missing and blah, blah, blah. Like that's what we're talking about now. Like, and they're going to do this like autonomously, right? To where your agent, right? Let's say from AI.com, can potentially, if you have, let's say, like a smart fridge, you can talk to your refrigerator. Like, I know that sounds fucking crazy, but like legit, I'm not even joking. Like that's genuinely what we're talking about. Shaxi, what's up? They can check your email. They can check your email. They can delete your files. So yeah, right? Like you're going to give them access. You obviously don't want to do this on your personal computer, like I might have done a couple of weeks ago. But I'm in the process of uninstalling. You know, I'm in the process of doing that. Yeah. I get excited, Magic. I get excited. I'm just like, ooh, shiny new toy. You know? Yeah. Here we are. But for anybody that didn't read this post, I'll put the link in the chat, but I just kind of want to read it to you guys because I really do think that like it's good. Like this post is actually cooking. Holy shit. Nice. Okay. The Super Bowl just quietly changed the internet forever, and almost nobody realized what they were watching. Fourth quarter, 128 million viewers, one commercial aired, and suddenly everyone rushed to their browser. Not to Google Players, not to shop, not to Polymarket or Kalshi, but to claim territory on AI.com. What were people fighting over? Names were disappearing in real time. First try, taken. Fifth try, gone. 25th try, nope. It felt like early ENS, early Twitter handles, and I had to throw that in there, early domain wars. Except this time, the users weren't just humans. Because once you finally grabbed one, you realized something wild. You didn't just need a domain for you. You needed one for the AI that represents you, or that essentially will represent you. Your personal agent, your digital twin, your always-on worker. Welcome to the agent economy, where humans don't just have online identities. Their AIs do too. This is what Web 2 never prepared us for. Millions of autonomous AIs roaming the internet, making decisions, spending money, negotiating deals, creating content, and talking to each other, all under human ownership. The future isn't coming. It just ran a Super Bowl ad, and most people missed it. But here's the real question that nobody's asking. If everyone has an AI agent, are we just supposed to blindly trust everyone else's agent? Who verifies them? How do we prevent things from going horribly, horribly wrong? So who or what fixes this? Right. And this is where obviously like I'm in the Xyber content war. So I figured this was the perfect opportunity to kind of like plug Xyber, but we'll get to the Xyber thing in a second. But Magic, when you hear this, making decisions, spending money, negotiating deals, creating content, kind of like what we talked about last week, but now like it's now way more real, to the tune of 128 million people now saw this commercial, and there was a mad dash to obviously go register these. What are you thinking about in terms of your agent? Yeah.
I missed the dash. I see it on my couch.
I have a very strong feeling that VeVeMagic is probably not taking. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're going to be good on that side. What are you gonna name your agent? If you had to,
I don't know. This is a big question.
I mean, think about it. Like if like we had to decide yesterday, quick. I didn't even register. I registered my last name, and then my last name with like a number or something, and then my last name with a number or something. Because like typical names were like already gone. You know, like Mary, Joe, Mike, Dave. You know what I'm saying? Like if all that shit was just, it was quick. Think about it. Well, I'm very curious to hear. What would you name your agent? It's like exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm with her. Like you can't rush these kinds of things.
To all you degenerates in the chat, I'd like you to put what you named your AI agent into the chat, please, so that we can debate it, ridicule you a little bit, but debate it most likely. You know, I essentially want to see what you guys actually did. Yeah. I mean,
so you did 5, you said?
Yeah.
You gonna tell us what any of them are?
I did 3. He said just my username, agent name. I don't know why he calls himself agent. You know what I mean? It's so weird. Like, why is he an agent? You know what I mean? My bees? Like your bitches? Magic, what's wrong with like our chat? These people are deranged. This is like who we have tuned in. What the hell? So I did my last name, and something like last name with like a number next to it.
Not Junie?
Agent. I tried Junie. Junie was taken.
Wow.
I could have done Junie with an E, but I was just like, I don't know. You know, like kind of, not really. I didn't know. Then I did all things crypto. I registered all things crypto, and then I did for the agent. I did ATC1 because nice. I want like which is cool. I registered my brother-in-law's name. It was like his name is Eli, but like his last name is Benzakin, so I did Eli Benz. Eli was obviously you couldn't register 3-letter domains. You had to be 4 to 15 characters. Yeah. Had to be 4 to 15 characters. But like, obviously being in the ENS game, I was like, what the hell? Chris Dumont, what did he say? Chris says, I got every handle I want, and I'm excited for the economy they're trying to create, but wish their team was actually serious in their product. That's very interesting, Chris. I'm just kind of curious why do you think they're not? I mean, it's the crypto.com founder. So like you're literally Chris, the founder of and not you, Chris, but Chris, the actual founder of crypto.com. I mean, why spend $70 million? Do you think it's just like a money play? That I'd be really curious to hear. Yeah, I'd be really curious to hear if people think that it's just like a money play, because right now it does seem like a money grab, Magic. It does.
Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm saying with like having lots of questions. Like, okay, you got this, you did a commercial, you got people to flock to your website, but we still don't like. I still don't understand any like what's it for? What's it gonna do? How's it gonna help me? Why invest any of my time and energy in this? Like, what's in it for me? Like that's the question every customer has, that right?
Yeah. Do you think you're going to have can you wrap your head around the fact that like you will have your own AI agent that does lots of things for you at some point in the very near future, or that can do it now?
I can definitely understand and see that. I'm also somebody that took like a decade to let go of my physical planning book and use my calendar on my phone. So yeah, I'm one of those. I'm not against it. I just get very into my own routine and the way I do things. So like change for me is very difficult. I'm not opposed to change, but like I might be getting the last seat on that bus though.
I mean, listen, you have friends that are on the bus. Well, you're saying like let the front line go. Yeah, I'll save a seat for you. But like, I think what you're telling me is like, yo, you go first. You go first. And
let me know if you get to your destination.
Yeah, exactly. Let me know how it goes. Don't get shot. And if like somebody shows up at your door and they're like, they didn't make it, you're like, good thing I didn't get on that fucking bus, Like I feel like that's what you're doing. Yeah. Because I trust them, but wanted to see even an MVP or like at least a small amount of information, especially when they take credit card info. That's a good point. I hear you, Chris.
Oh, I don't like that they take credit card info and you don't know what the heck they are.
Well, you have to reserve it, right? Like, I mean, I did it through Apple Pay. So like Apple has my credit card information. So be it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sit there and input a fucking credit card. So, and let's be honest, if I have an iPhone to my credit card, like, to be able to, they're going to have to get me to authorize, like to charge it, right? Like there's going to come a time where they're going to say, hey, your domains are ready. Do you want to purchase them? Finish your thing now, right? Like,
are you sure you didn't already kind of give them the yes by putting the Apple Pay?
What I did is I proved that I was a human, right? Like, and this is kind of the point, right? Like if people wanted to, they could have sent out like bots, because autonomous agents can now do what we just did and what they try. Right. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, that's a great question, Magic. Holy shit. Now that I'm actually thinking about this, because they said we want to prove, I remember there was something along the lines that was like, just to prove that you're a human, like we're going to charge you or whatever, right? So like Chris is saying, he put in his info, an active card check. Yeah. But Naeem, think about it, right? Like when you actually really step back and think about this, it's like, yeah, it was an active card check, but it was more like, is it a human doing this? And is it a human that's registering this? When in reality, just what this is or what it's supposed to be, just at the guts, if it's going to be like a Claude wrapper, is essentially saying, hey, agents are going to be able to do this in the future, but they can actually do that now. Believe it or not. So if somebody wanted to actually do that, they could. You know what I mean? Like they genuinely could have just unleashed an agent to be like, go to this site, right? Make 20 different like Gmail accounts, right? Or had 50 different Gmail accounts and just go crazy and register. I can assure you, I made 3, with just one card. And do they not know card fraud? Listen, yeah, but look, the hoops you had to jump through in those moments, somebody got heads up too, right? Like there's no way, like if you looked at it like right at the time and you like nobody was registering all at the same time. So like they had a bunch of them kind of set aside. I think this is more kind of experimental. I think it's more business than it is, at least maybe my opinion. I think it's more business than it is tech right now. Yeah, and I'm kind of with Chris. I'm kind of with Naeem and Nunu, where it's just like let's kind of see what the like. What is this? Like, where is it? And I'm with you too, Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's weird to just spend all that money and everyone's like, so what is it? Like, wouldn't you want that time as a platform to sell your product?
Maybe
But
don't
it's
have
just
a product. Yeah.
it's just
Maybe
a little
that's why.
strange, that's all.
Yeah, maybe that's why, right? Like maybe he was just like, I spent 70 million doing this, right? I spent another 8 million. I spent another $8 million on this Super Bowl fucking ad. I'm 78 million in the hole. Let me get the money back and kind of see what's what. I'm just kind of curious. How much you think they're going to charge for something like this? I don't even know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. 50
No
bucks,
idea.
100
And
bucks.
is this a subscription service? It's monthly, 6 months, a year,
Yeah, I mean,
indefinitely.
it's gonna be. I mean, there's gonna be a registrar in the whole 9 yards, and it'll probably be like a yearly subscription. But if I remember correctly, the dot, like how like you have the different domains, right? Like you can register like like Dave, like we can register cryptomagichour.ai. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But this
Mhm.
is AI.com now with subdomains, right? So because like you were able to do that with the .ai domain name, but now like with like and those went crazy. That was, I mean, I think it was like 80 to 100 bucks for just like a whatever, like you know what I mean, like .ai, like actual domain instead of .com. But the fact that it's AI.com, like obviously .coms are by far, you know what I mean, like the most popular like domains. But yeah, I don't. I'd say probably, I don't know. I'd say probably like 50 to 100 bucks a year is what they'll charge. And when you think about 128 million people, let's just say even fucking 5% of those people like actually did something, right? So that's 6 million people right there at fucking 50 bucks. Like that's the best investment anybody's ever. This is the quickest money, like return on your money that you've ever seen.
Wild.
Yeah, that's wild. But easier to set up agent and props connect to your app. Yeah, exactly. But this is the point, Naeem, right? Like Naeem, it's like kind of what Chris was saying, where it's just like I kind of want to see what the F it is. Probably this and probably that and probably this. Like, cool, probably. But it's like, what is it going to be? And the other thing I think to keep in mind too is like this space moves so fast, like so fast, right? Like incredibly quickly, that if they don't put something out fairly quickly, or like they take their time with this,
It's yesterday's news.
it could be very, yeah.
And
I think,
yeah.
yeah.
Somebody else could jump on the opportunity instead.
Yeah. I genuinely think that like they have to move like kind of fast with this, because if they don't, then I think like it can move right past you.
Well, it'd be one like if they want to do it with this sort of layer of mysteriousness, I think that's all well and good as long as it was still like finished. Obviously, it's always going to be a work in progress, but finished and ready to go. And they want a couple of days for people to just be buzzing about it, talking about it, like creating more like intrigue and interest, and then boom, release it. But if it, what you're saying is like if they don't do anything kind of quickly, it's for what? What was it for?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna. Yeah, these things are always. I don't know. When it comes to AI, it's like shit is popping for like a day or two, like a week or 2 weeks, right? Like the Claudebot thing is here now, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And like, there's all this fanfare on the timeline, but like, talk to me in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in 2 weeks, where are we going to be? That's how like fast the majority of this stuff is changing. Talk to me in 2 weeks, and then tell me exactly like where the AI space actually is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. it's going to be a little bit nuts, man, to kind of track all this shit. But MetaVision did actually share a great, what's it called? Give me 1 second and I'll pull that up. Don't want you guys seeing, obviously, all my ratchet DM chat. So give me 1 second. I have it here. I have it here somewhere. Okay, here it is. Oh, wait, let me also send this to, I want to send the invites to Omiwan and to...
Max said he can't come.
Oh, you can't make it?
Yeah, he can't make it.
Okay, so hold on. Let me just get, if Omiwan wants to join, dun, 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 dun. Let me know, Naeem, if you want to jump on and obviously chat with us. Let me know. If anybody in the chat wants to jump on and chat with us, let me know. Naeem, I'll send it to you also. If you want to jump on, feel free to come on and chat once we start obviously talking about the Xyber stuff. Give me 1 second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here. Okay, Naeem, I just sent it to you also if you want to jump on. Yeah, so check this out. This one was actually funny. Share screen. I don't know if this is a troll yet because I didn't have a chance to read, but it says, I'm the lead engineer at AI.com. We had 78 million to work with. 70 million went to the domain, 8 million went to the Super Bowl ad. I got the rest. The rest was $500 in the Cloudflare free tier. This ratio, 156,000 to 1 marketing to engineering, is not a bug. It is the business model of the entire artificial intelligence industry in 2026. You do not need a product. You need a name, preferably 2 letters, preferably letters that made investors lose bladder control in 2024. I built the website in a weekend. I didn't build it, actually. I described it to OpenClaw, right? This is what we were talking about. Previously, Claudebot, and the AI built it. We are, after all, an AI company. Using AI to build a website felt appropriate. The AI charged us nothing. We are charging users $20 a month. This is called margin. This is, okay, so here we go. We have a free tier and a paid tier. The free tier gives you access to a product that doesn't exist. The paid tier gives you access to the same product that doesn't exist, but with more input tokens. No one has asked input tokens for what? This is the kind of questions that delay launches. Nobody checked if it worked. Nobody checked if it scaled. Nobody checked if it did anything at all. We were too busy approving the logo. This has to be a troll. The logo is a planet with a ring around it. Someone said it looked like the old Saturn car logo. Saturn went bankrupt in 2010, but the logo was free and our design budget went to the domain. So here we are. So here we are, orbiting a dead brand at 70 million per revolution. Our product is an autonomous AI agent that organizes work, sends messages, and executes actions across apps. Which actions, which apps, at what cost? In the AI industry, these are called implementation details. Implementation details are beneath us. We are a vision company. The vision costs 70 million. The implementation costs $500. The gap between the two is where shareholder value lives. Our press release promises the agent will trade stocks, automate workflows, and update your online dating profile. We are building artificial general intelligence so it can fix your Hinge bio. This is on the roadmap. The roadmap is longer than the code base. Our marketing says that you can create an AI agent in 60 seconds. This is technically true. You type a username, you click generate, you receive a loading spinner. 60 seconds. What you do not receive is an AI agent, but the experience of waiting for one is, I'm told, the product. Our press release describes a decentralized network of billions of agents. We use the word decentralized because our CEO comes from crypto. In crypto, decentralized means we haven't decided how it works yet. We have not changed the definition. This is not unique to us. OpenAI raised $40 billion. Their product loses money on every user. Anthropic has raised $15 billion. Their stated goal is to build something they believe might destroy humanity, and investors are fighting to give them more. Microsoft has committed $80 billion to AI infrastructure this year. Their Copilot product tells people to put glue on pizza. The entire industry is a $300 billion screensaver with a loading spinner. We fit right in. Our CEO is the crypto.com guy. He previously spent $700 million to rename a basketball arena and hired Matt Damon to tell America fortune favors the brave 6 months before crypto lost 70% of its value. He paid for our domain in cryptocurrency. I am told this was tax efficient. I have learned not to ask follow-up questions about things that are tax efficient. He is now pivoting from crypto to AI. In the industry, we don't call this pivoting. We call it convergence. Convergence means the last bubble popped, so you inflate the next one using the same PowerPoint deck with different nouns. The Super Bowl ad ran during the fourth quarter. 30 seconds. It told 130 million Americans to visit our website. The ad was 30 seconds. That's $266,666 per second. Each second of airtime costs more than our entire engineering budget. Second 14 showed the logo. Second 14 cost more than the website. They did visit, all of them, apparently at once. The website went down. Prepared for scale, but not for this, our CEO tweeted, adding 3 fire emojis. The fire emojis were load-bearing. They were doing more work than our infrastructure. The entire site was hosted on Cloudflare's basic tier, which is designed for food blogs and wedding photographers, not for absorbing the combined curiosity of a nation told to visit a 2-letter domain during the biggest television event on Earth. But the crash was, in a way, perfect. It's the most honest thing the AI industry has produced, the $78 million promise that when 130 million people show up to collect, return a loading spinner and the words, please refresh and try again. Every AI company should adopt this as their mission statement. The previous owner of AI.com was OpenAI. They used it to redirect to ChatGPT. I didn't actually know this. A product that exists, built by thousands of engineers who were paid more than $500, running on billions of dollars of compute. We bought the domain from them to redirect to a page that asks you to pick a username. OpenAI also ran a Super Bowl ad this year. They sold us the domain, then bought ad time in the same broadcast to promote the product they used to host on it. We are now competing with the company that built the thing we may or may not be reselling during the same commercial break on the same channel for the same audience. The AI industry is a snake eating its own tail, except the tail costs $70 million and the snake can't stay online. That's the product, a username for an AI agent that doesn't exist yet on a website that couldn't survive its own launch, sold by a crypto CEO during a crypto winter, wearing the logo of a bankrupt car company. 23% of Super Bowl ads this year were AI companies. That's 15 out of 66. In 2000, it was .coms. Pets.com ran a Super Bowl ad. They went bankrupt 9 months later. Their sock puppet mascot outlived the company. I'm not saying history repeats. I'm saying it rhymes, and the rhyme scheme is expensive. But none of that matters. What matters is the domain. 2 letters, $70 million. The most expensive thing we own is our name. The least expensive thing we own is everything the name is supposed to represent. In the AI industry, that's called brand first development. In every other industry, it's called something else. Anyway, we're hiring. Back-end engineers preferred. Budget, whatever's left. It actually does look like the old Saturn logo. This is the exact logo that, like, say, hold on. Hold on. Saturn car logo. This is, oh my God, it's literally it. What the hell? It's exactly the same thing.
This has got to be a just
This
very, very sad joke.
Somebody's being, yeah. That is crazy.
That's not actually the logo for the company, is it?
Let's see.
Because that would be a really big red flag.
No, it kind of is. So, look, here it is. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
Zoom it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's kind of, yeah. I mean, if we go look at this and then look at this. It's kind of just reversed. I mean, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Okay, we can. That was a great post, by the way. I love that post. That was amazing.
I was very detailed.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Do these guys want to jump on? Name, I don't know. I sent you the thing. If you want to jump on, let me know, or just whatever. Just accept and we'll bring you up. Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like, now what? Oh, there he is. Look at this. And Magic, also, please don't judge his frosty tipped hair. Okay, like we don't want to don't judge his hair. Okay, please don't. Hey Naeem, what's up?
Good. How are we doing?
Doing good, bro. What's cooking?
I could hear you like saying about my frosty hair, by the way, while I was in the waiting room.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought Really
Magic likes it, bro. I need to.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? By the way.
Yeah, we hear you good. We got you. What's your take on this name? Talk to me, man.
Yeah, like I think it's just going to be a monetized version of this. We're talking about the AI.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a monetized version of OpenClaw, like we know, like it said it in the article that they were talking about. So it depends on the implementation, like you guys were saying. It depends on how they look to implement the issues with the safety concerns, the technical implementation. Like if they commoditize it and make it very easy to do, like X Factor has kind of done it in some regards. Like if you think about only malts, like you can go and you don't need to have your own little system, your servers and all that. You can create your own agent. But this would obviously be looking to get the full power of these agents from an autonomous perspective. Like, you know, you can set it up, and then the way I would envisage it is you could set it up and then it would be running autonomously, like just like Maltclaw, right? OpenClaw, keep forgetting the name. OpenClaw, you know, you can connect up to your Gmail, all that sort of stuff like we have within ChatGPT and stuff. We have these connectors. And then, it should be made easier, but then it's just about how they manage the safety concerns, which they said that's what they're looking to do. So it depends how they do that is the key thing here. As well as like, you know, the general security issues with like prompt injections and stuff like that. And then the pricing is going to be interesting as well, how they manage that.
Yeah.
Because you remember, these are things that are meant to be running 24/7. Like if it's meant to be, you know, parallel to OpenClaw, it's a wrapper of OpenClaw. These things need to be running like autonomously, and you know, like what models are they going to use? Because it's model agnostic. Are they going to use Opus, or is it like you don't even choose? It just automatically routes based on what you're doing. The cheaper models, then that will be shit. Because we're allowed to swear, by the way, still with the magic here.
He always does, so go for it.
Okay, cool. So it depends on the models that they use as well, because while Opus is still good and better than a lot of the others, and like 5.3, if they refer to like haiku or something of the sort, there will be a lot of hallucinations still. Like we're not at a level where hallucinations don't occur; they're still occurring. So it's like, how do they safeguard that essentially, which is kind of what you were alluding to in that post, which I think, you know, is the next like unlock. There's the memory component, there's the guardrails component, and there's the verification component as well. So like, which is obviously what Xyber are doing.
It's a lot.
And the privacy as well. Privacy is important too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just like for AI.com to really do something crazy that at least like, and maybe we're really close to this, you know what I mean? Magic name, like maybe we're just really close to like the forefront of a lot of this tech, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like we're looking at this and we're just kind of like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like this is great, or this is a massive security risk, right? I generally don't think these guys give a fuck, to be perfectly honest. What's a risk or what is it? Like, I'm being dead honest. Like, they're just like, we spent, bro. They bought it from OpenAI. Like for OpenAI to just be like 70 million. These guys have billions of dollars. For them to be like, oh, 70 million. Like, yeah, go nuts. Like, do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they obviously didn't see enough value in it. They have their brand name is already done deal. But to me. Again, I'm someone who tests out everything. I'm the schmuck that's installing this stuff on his computer. I'm like, yeah, woo, you know what I mean? Like, yes. if I'm the one now going, oh shit, this is probably not gonna be this is not gonna be good. But we get caught up in the hysteria. Like we get caught up in it, bro. In the chats yesterday, I was talking with Naeem, with Nunu, with this one now. They're like, did you register your name? Did you register this? What did you register? Your people are creating Gmails. Like they're just like, oh, and I was looking through old Gmail. I found some crazy fuck shit in some of the old Gmails that I had. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I had this account. Because I was looking for like new Gmails to like kind of register. But I think now this is just business ploy. It really, really is. And where I kind of wanted to bring Xyber into the conversation, Magic name was like, because I've been doing these content wars, and obviously like I'm a Xyber ambassador in the whole 9 yards, right? Like you're going to need a lot of different things. Like you can't just unleash what we saw last week, Magic, with like Moltbook. We just unleashed the AIs and it's like, whatever the fuck happens. Like you can't do that in the real world, right? Like when you're giving them access to a credit card or a bank account, a debit card, right? Like, or a digital wallet to be able to go out and do things and spend for you. there needs to be proper rails in place for you to be able to feel comfortable enough to say, I'm okay with this thing going shopping and buying groceries. But how do I know? Like, I'm not giving it access to my bank account, right? Like, I give it access to maybe a digital wallet that has X amount of dollars in it with very, very specific instructions. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, what if you just, it has your credit card and your credit card has a spend limit of 15K and does that in one day?
Yeah. 100, like if you don't give it clear direction, right? And this is what we talk about, like with Rails.
Well,
right?
even if you do, like, what's the protection? Even if you give it clear direction, what's the protection that it's going to be not going to be like, oh, screw you, I'm going to do this anyways. I'm gathering a mind of my own.
Yeah. So like, that's a really good question, right? Like, how do you prevent it doing things that you don't want it to do? And I know, like, a lot of times for those that like know about how you prompt something, right? Like if your prompts are garbage, then it's garbage, right? But like, it's going to have to be connected to some sort of language model. But the point is like, you not only have to tell things what you want, what you want to do, it's more so like what you shouldn't do as well, right? Because these things don't, like, as much as people say AGI and others, like, nah, like it can't think on its own, right? Like it's still very, like, it's not a bot, but like there is a thinking process to it, right? And there's all different like forms of like how it thinks through things and chain of thought and if this, then that, and let me do, like, I get that. But like, they're not at the point where like they're thinking like a human being, right? Like they're smart and they're knowledgeable more so than a human being, like from a knowledge-based perspective. But to be able to actually rationally make the decisions on, is this a good idea? Should I spend $5,000 on OnlyFans subscriptions just because I look through Dave's, you know what I mean? Like Dave's like history? Probably not. Maybe in my case it was, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is what I don't think LLMs are like. They're like, it's intelligent somewhat, but like, I don't think that's the final form, like for like, you know, this AGI perspective. AGI is like a scale. It's just like decentralization to some extent. But yeah, I do not think that LLMs, like there's a guy, I think I might have mentioned this before, but like Jan LeCun, like he was at Meta before and he's now working on his own models. And there are a few, you know, different other versions, like in comparison to LLMs, which are just like, you know, sequences that predict the next word, so to speak, but on a massive scale. So I think that's important. But yeah, the guardrails component is massive. Like from a proactivity perspective, where we have these agents going and, you know, giving them autonomous decision making, essentially. That those guardrails, which is what obviously like the biggest unlock. And the other thing is the memory side of things as well. Because what's the point if you give it instructions and it hallucinates and thinks you said something else, which is still happening to some. It's a lot less than it was, but it's still certainly happening for sure.
Yeah.
Like in the UK, we had an issue with the police. That I don't know if you heard, but like, you know, Maccabi were playing West Ham. And they made up a match and they based their decision on, you know, the policing around this event on this made up match. And then the police had to stop using, it was Copilot, you know, so like and then Deloitte have done it twice, you know, this is a big company. And it comes back to like, there is a tool, and there's a way to utilize it. Like people like use it lazily. Like even if Deloitte are using it lazily, you know, they're supposed to be, you know, a decent caliber of people, then what do you expect from the general public? And you know, if they're then trusting it, we have issues with like safety concerns and of how it's being utilized beyond the constraints of, you know, just the action based things that the agents go and do.
Yeah, like when you really the old trust me, bro. If you've been in crypto long enough, the whole trust me, bro thing doesn't really fucking fly. Like it really doesn't fly. But yeah, so and Magic, just to kind of fill you in, so like I was having these conversations all over the weekend, like with this crew and a bunch of others. Obviously, like we're doing Xyber spaces all throughout, and it's like, well, how does this actually like look? Like what does it mean to like put like quote like rails in place, right? And I think a lot of times people like generally like Bubba likes the rails. Bubba's all about the rails. Yeah,
that's the like, dog that doesn't bark, right, Dave?
It's the dog who barks when there's somebody at the door. That's what he's barking at. Yeah, chill out. But like so like what do the actual like rails look like? You know what I mean? Like what is it? Like how does it actually work? And at the end of the day, I think people need to understand, if you're going to actually like give these things wallets, if you're going to actually give them the ability to make these decisions, then this is where AI and the blockchain actually like really make a difference, really make it like a huge difference, because this is where like them working together is a monster deal. Give me 1 second, Magic. Sorry.
You know what I put?
Wow.
Shingles.
You serious? Oh no. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Naeem, talk rails.
Yeah, so like the rails, I think it comes down to like, I think the decentralized component of things, because imagine you also have like, oh, you set a guardrail of $10,000 to be spent, and then there's a prompt injection that changes the guardrail that you've set to 100,000, and then all of a sudden 100,000 just left your account. And then if you have it on USDC, there is some safeguarding with the issuance of stable coins coming from a centralized entity, so you could probably claw that back possibly, or freeze it. But yeah, it's still a concern that these guardrails can be tampered with, and I think that's where the decentralized blockchain component of things is very important from an AI perspective. And I always think that this is where we could have something that tangibly adds value to what blockchains provide beyond the traditional ledger type thing, the financial ledger essentially. So the decentralized validators that ensure that guardrails are not being tampered with, I think is probably the most important. And then how can guardrails be implemented? It's essentially at the minute you have your instructions, system instructions. You can have gated decision making, where before the agent even makes a decision, depending on the scale of how important that decision is, it goes through some decentralized checking of, does this comply with the guardrail set. But then also at the same time, if we all have our own agents and we're setting our own guardrails, it goes back to, I think, Magic, you were saying earlier, if you set your guardrails too broad, you're giving the leeway, the room for the agent to go and do something a bit within the guardrails, but it's not what you wanted essentially. So yeah, I think humans in the loop are definitely needed in the immediate term for key decision making. But yeah, we were just saying, Dave, in relation to the decentralized nature of guardrails, that they become not as tamper proof, and they can't be prompt injected perhaps, if your specific constraints are distributed.
100%. Yeah. Go ahead, Magic. Sorry.
Yeah, because I feel like with this whole scenario that the goal is for AI to make our lives easier and handle mundane tasks, right? And learn you to an extent, learn your behaviors, learn what it is that you typically shop for, or what would be typically on your list, and how often you get that item, so it can almost automate everything. But you also, how much time am I going to spend making sure that it's not doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing? Is that actually making my life more productive if I'm constantly babysitting the AI to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do? So that's the part that's kind of tricky, right? Is trusting it, but also protecting yourself.
Yeah, the data is important. If you look at OpenClaw, the way the memory system works is based on markdown files. And if you've ever used these sort of trigger the memory on, even the applications, what you find is over time, if the data that the memory has is a bit corrupted, i.e. it's outdated, it gets polluted, it gets confused, it brings things that are not relevant. For example, let's say you like gherkins, and then all of a sudden you had a bad experience with gherkins, and it still thinks you like gherkins. You need to actually clean that data and tell it. You have to, like you said, you have to babysit and manage that data, which is important, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and sorry about that. Mom Dukes came down. She apparently got my mom got shingles. That's not good.
Oh, bless her.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's the
I'm like, yo, go back upstairs to your room. Chill out. I don't know.
You better take care of your mommy.
Love you, Mom. She felt the need to come down here and be like, I got shingles. And I'm like, Can you get the fuck out now? No, so I also put the link to the Medium article like for Xyber in the chat. But yeah, I think what you guys are saying is spot on, right? Like to the point where if this is meant to save us time and meant to make your lives easier, this is what I mean by like this space moves so quickly. Everything is like the cool new shiny toy. So we're all gonna be like, ooh, wow, oh my God, like this is so cool. But in reality, like, and we don't tend to slow down and really assess like the risks the majority of the time. We genuinely don't. Like we don't care. Like the majority of us don't care. Like a lot of people are just like, oh, shiny new stuff, cool. And we don't give a shit about the security aspect. But if you have something, right, like that, there is at least a basic framework, right? Like I'm not saying that Xyber is the be all end all at the end of the day. I'm not, right? Like still yet to be tested. We're waiting to see how this is all going to play out, right? Like use cases. I've asked the team, like, let's build out some use cases so we actually see how this looks and what does that actually look like in the real world. If somebody actually wanted to build something or have an agent that, you know, is on these Xyber rails, what does that actually look like? And I think like we're getting there. We're getting to that point. But I think it's going to be crazy to watch. But like, look, as fast as everything is moving, if this shit doesn't save you time, if this thing doesn't do what it's meant to do, which is save you time, money, effort, and everything else, and you're gonna have to sit and babysit like you guys were talking about, what's the fucking point? Like, why? It's never gonna scale. You know what I mean? And I think that's why you have open claw wrappers like AI.com. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know, but I'm here for it. Gives a shit to talk about. It's what we do every single day, you know.
It's very exciting. Like you can see where it's going, right? Like it's very early. Like if you speak to people that are not like in the trenches, so to speak, they have no idea. Like absolutely no idea. They're just about get their prompts right on the apps and stuff, as opposed to sort of understanding where the sort of space is going. But like, yeah, so from a Xyber perspective, this is what I was alluding to in the comments. Like, I think, and I hope that I think they are working on it. I think they're very much like on the pulse with what's needed to be done. But the verification, the proof side of things is the verification of things after the fact. So if you have bad instructions or bad, logic of the agent, and it goes and executes that, it's like just verifying a bad action, if that makes sense. So it's after the fact, whereas the guardrails are pre-checks, right? Like making sure it's following the right instructions and stuff like that. That's what my thoughts were when I was, diving into Xyber and the GitHub and stuff over the weekend and stuff. Because I thought that there was some guardrails, and I probably got a little bit confused and stuff. But from my understanding, there isn't as of yet. The guardrails is just which is important. The proof is definitely important, but for all the reasons we talked about, like it's no good saying, oh yes, it's here's the proof that it's just spent $100,000. When that's not and on OnlyFans as well. Here's the proof, here's your receipts. It's like, no, but why? But why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so proof is like when we say like the rails, like they're, and you hear X Factor say this all the time, like they're an infra company, right? So at the end of the day, it's essentially like they're building infrastructure that makes it easier to implement and actually get like verifiable execution, right? Like payments and all the other things. Now, following whatever instructions you gave it, I'm with you, Naeem. Like, I think that's going to be kind of the use case that I genuinely like want to see, right? Because it can come back and just be like, hey, verified, spent that $15K on your credit card. We're going to Mexico, baby. And it's just like, huh? What? Here, look, here's the receipts. I paid for it using the wallet that you gave me. It's all on chain and verifiable, and everything is coordinated. Like, what? No, bro, no. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's still so much. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this is what they'll all be working on. This is what every single like top tier blockchain company will be working on. So like, I assume they will be working on this, and same with the memory side. Obviously, Xyber is the infrastructure building on top of the frontier models. No point competing with the frontier models. That's not where they're building around that to facilitate agentic businesses and providing the memory, providing the launch pad, providing the tools and the libraries that makes it easy to establish identity and payment wallet systems and stuff like that associated with the agent. But yeah, the two overall, like even just excluding Xyber, just overall from an AI perspective, that are like the biggest unlocks, I would say. Because privacy, that's one element, and I think that's just going to proliferate and advance as we speak. It's been going on for a while. They call them privacy enhancing technology. So there's MPC, multi-party computation, there's TEE, which is what Xyber use, there's ZK, zero knowledge, and then there's these new ones popping up like FHE and stuff like that. So that is absolutely important, because the last thing you want when an agent is proactive and looking at your personal data is it sharing it, right, or leaking. But then, the two is the guardrails and the memory. Like the memory, if someone can unlock that, like in a way that, like our brains work, you don't need to remember everything, because then it'll be confused. It'll be like, it's just, that's not how we operate either. Like if you model it off the brain, we forget certain things, remember certain things. And like, if it's a very hard balance to achieve. But yeah, that's the biggest unlock. I think it has, like, if you can remember, like before we even had memory, it was just like you literally have to start all over again in the next
every new convo.
So it's advanced quite a lot, in that sense.
I get there every month when GPT tells me, hey, there was a problem with your billing info, you need to spend your $200 again. Because I say to myself, one day I'm going to stop paying GPT $200 a month, and every month I just give them another $200. So I don't know. And then it tells me, oh, your memory is full, by the way. Like, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Claude was so bad with that as well. Like, you literally have to start a chat every 2 seconds. But it's interesting that they seem to be doing a different approach to memory. Like Claude very semantically searches your past chats. I prefer Claude's, honestly, like the way it searches your past chats and reference things, versus ChatGPT. You kind of don't know what it's doing in terms of bringing your memory up.
It's supposed to. And my custom instructions, it tells it every time I write you something, read these instructions, go through the, like I give it specific memories where I'm like, save this to memory and make sure that you're doing this. But Magic, these are the perils, Magic, of actually dealing with AI and AI agent. You don't have these problems because you're not on the bus with me and Naeem. You are not on the bus.
Do you not use how like do you use it at all, Magic? Like at all or not at all?
Very, very minimal.
Yeah.
Very minimal.
Like you're not, okay. And like what would that include? Like a bit of research, maybe, proof checking something, that type of thing?
Yeah. For the most part, I would say that if I just like want sort of a more detailed answer, but more improved than just a Google search.
Yeah.
But I found like a couple of times with certain information, I forgot what it was. It had to do with like a restaurant or something. And it gave me all this information. It ended up being wrong. So I'm like, see, I can't really depend on you yet.
So do you want to laugh? Like some of the what's it called? Like did you guys see the Super Bowl ads where Anthropic was trolling ChatGPT, where it's like, hey man, can you give me like a customized workout plan and and he was like, yeah, sure. That sounds great, right? It's like they're literally like on a playground. It's like some skinny white dude and like some really big like buff trainer guy, and he's literally telling him, "Name, I love your keyboard. I love your keyboard."
It's mechanical, bro. I feel like I'm doing stuff. Sorry, apologies.
and literally like Anthropic, like with the video, they're now throwing ads into like GPT. They were trolling them because like now like GPT is going to be like throwing ads into their search results. So. This, again, landscape changing by the day, by the second, by the minute. And it's just like, where are we going to be tomorrow? I have no freaking idea. But there's going to need to be some guardrails in place. There's going to need to be something. Is Xyber it? I hope so. I hope there's going to be something there. Make me rich, Xyber. Make me rich. Please, make me rich. Make me rich. And then we'll see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Where are we at? Yeah, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. I think we're good. Magic, anything else you want to throw in? Naeem, anything?
Yeah, I guess I'll just ask Magic. So, like, is the trust element of things that it inhibits you from utilizing it more, right? Like the fact that you can't trust the information coming from it, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely a component, and just I just feel like there's still so much to be understood. I mean, like the biggest thing what we're talking about today is these guardrails. Like that's a huge component for me. Like if I'm not using AI to that degree, but if/when I were to, that's like the biggest roadblock for me is trust.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for,
I
like,
can control what I
me.
say. I can control what
Trust
I
me,
do.
bro.
I can control the way I interact with people. The minute I get something else involved in my interactions, what is that gonna like take away from me? Because that
control freak.
because then I am a control freak.
but you know what? That would make you utilize it a lot better than 99% of the people. So like
Yeah,
the way I
you know
see
what
it
to
is,
tell it. Yeah.
yeah, and you would be skeptical of it, and that's the key thing, because the people that don't use it effectively are just like, and it often comes down to the topic as well, because I'm the same with coding, right? Like I don't know what he's talking about, so I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, sounds good to me. But overall, like, it's true, right?
Sounds great. You think that's a great suggestion? Okay, awesome. Let's do that. The glaze on some of these AIs is crazy, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
yeah, you got to make it skeptical. But no, like when it comes to the guardrails, that only becomes an issue when you're talking about the agentic side of things, and we're very, very, very early on that. Like if you think about the core front applications, you got your Claude. Anthropic's Claude, and you've got your Chat GPT, and you've got your Gemini from Google. None of them have an actual like autonomous agentic product right now. Like they have some form of like Chat GPT had Operator, where you would ask it a task, it would open its own browser.
10,000 years, bro, to execute one thing with Operator, bro. I was literally like, it's like a sloth was behind operating operating the mouse, being like, okay, let's do this, and you're just like,
yeah, literally. And then even Access, or I don't even know what's happening with that one, the browser as well. But like, it's very early for that side of things, because they are taking into consideration the security side. But this open close kind of like Pandora's box has opened, right? And they'll all be now frantically thinking, okay, how can we? And they'll have stuff in R&D and building out and stuff, but there's nothing of that sort at the minute. The applications are very much reactive right now. So like, the way I tend to use it is it's just like same as what you said there. It's the consumption and finding of information. Like everybody, that's the at the very least, from the AI overviews to the AI search and then the Chat GPTs and the stuff like that. Deep research it just allows you, like if you use Google Deep Research, it scans 200 websites and provides you a report. And then if you then go through it and say, okay, I need to verify that. That's why I'm always skeptical about every information. If there is a fact or a statement, you go and find, where was this from, or where did you get this from and stuff. You have to do that, because otherwise it talks absolutely out of his ass sometimes. But
but how many people do that
helps
though?
a lot. Oh, a lot of people don't. Absolutely. Even for the Deloitte to do it twice with two governments, like that's an example of it. The police in the UK, they did not do it. And there's countless. So there was a lawyer like in America that had a case worth $1 million. He got the case.
Easy with the Americans, all right? Easy on the Americans.
It's everywhere. And he literally, this was early days of Chat GPT. He literally got this case, put it through Chat GPT, and the Chat GPT just spawned out a bunch of like fake case law, right? Like precedents, case studies and stuff. And he submitted it. He got disbarred, bro. Like literally crazy work.
It's wild. And here's the thing, right? Like to what you said, name is like you have Gemini, OpenAI, Grok, Claude. This one, none of them have released anything, right? Like that is autonomous agent like ready yet, right? Like commercially ready yet. But yet 128 million people were literally running yesterday from to AI.com to try and register things on the whole, hey, this is cool. Check this out. Yeah. Don't you want to have your agent's name like taken in? And we ran to it to be like, I'm registering. Just to show
I wonder
you
how many of them were crypto degens, bro. Like all those crypto degens have got like 5, 10, 15 handles.
Probably a lot. Good stuff, guys. All right, I'm gonna go.
I think Google are going to win this. By the way, like if you look at what they're all working on. There was a Google principal engineer talking about how they'd worked on a AI agent orchestration application for over a year, and then basically the point was like it went viral because she said, I gave the problem in 3 paragraphs to Claude Code, and it produced something that was like 80% there of what they've been working on for the last year. And she didn't give any like proprietary information naturally because it's a competitor. But the thing is, like, yeah, they're all working on this. It's just a matter of like when they deploy it. But like last point, I guess, is like OpenAI. I think they've like peaked, because I was reading something on the weekend that they basically, when they had that code red thing where they were like, oh, Gemini's out and oh shit, we need to do some stuff. There was a few executives that left because like some of them were working on like frontier stuff, reasoning, thought process, and memory and stuff like that, and they were all like basically all the resources and compute and etc. was focused on the ChatGPT application to make it more streamlined, optimized, speed, and all this sort of stuff. Whereas so they were playing like catch up, and then they're having to focus on coding because Anthropic's so far ahead. So you have like Gemini boxing off like the general purpose tooling, whether it's Notebook LM or the Gemini application and stuff like that, and then you have Anthropic on the coding front, and then OpenAI was trying to do a little too much initially, so they're playing catch up.
Do you think they probably peaked at GPT-4o image creator when everybody was Studio Ghibli-ing every image? That was probably that was our top signal, and people are like, Studio Ghibli this up. But yeah, Google's doing crazy things, and Google has a war chest of money, bro. Like when you're worth trillions of dollars, it's an absolute war chest. And
they didn't believe in LLMs initially, because like everything that we see today from ChatGPT came from them, like the DeepMind company that they acquired. And they'll obviously be working on other models, like I'm saying, like LLMs have a use and stuff, but there's going to be a lot more interesting things that come about in the coming years. But yeah, they've got like crazy amounts of revenue that they could just sink into this and just outperform the competitors, like the anti-gravity tool, which is their coding application. They give free Anthropic Claude Opus usage, and then they got the infrastructure and stuff as well. So it's crazy.
It's bro, when these guys are handing, like Google lets you use everything for free because they realize that it's all data that they can collect, right? Like I use all these tools, right? Like now with like Genie and a bunch of Genie was the first one that now like they're saying, hey, you want to build a 3D game? Like you could literally just prompt a game into existence. It's like that was the first time that they were like, you need to be an ultra subscriber. And it's like, all right, so I got to spend 200. But before, they were letting us play with Opal, which was like the N8N competitor, right? Where it was like you had to like kind of play. There was a million different things that you can do. And it's just like, we want your ideas. Like, just like, and that's what it is now. It's like the name of this game out here is data collection. The more data that you can feed these systems, that's essentially what's going to decide, like, are you going to make a great next product wherever it is that you pivot to? But
they're also trying to choke the competitors. Like OpenAI talked about it with Anthropic, and then same with Google, because they've got the biggest war chest to give away. So like the premiums and stuff, they've been giving away like heavily discounted rates and stuff like that to draw in those users. And neither OpenAI or Anthropic can compete with them unless they're loss-making businesses at the moment. And then it comes back to like when you look at search engines, there was multiple, and then if they're all racing to become the dominant one, and then once they're the dominant one, then they can charge what they want.
It's gonna honestly, we could do and look, like last thing I'll say, like we could do a whole thing on like search wars. I hear what they're charging for some like search for ChatGPT. I mean, like $60 to $100 CPMs for like the most basic of basic shit, which is crazy when you think about on the ads. Which is,
I think it's a lot more convertible, but they're charging crazy amounts.
It's gonna be quick. I think it's gonna change the whole SEO game. Honestly, like it's gonna what SEO to be today, and what all small businesses are doing. I think that's going to change drastically. There's probably so much massive business opportunities here. What are we doing? We're just sitting here on the stream yapping about it. What are we doing? Let's go build some shit, people. Anyways. But good shit, Naeem. Thank you for coming today, man. This was great. It was good having you, bro. Really good stuff. Yeah, Magic. Yeah, man. Peace, my brother. Magic.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I missed when he was on stream. You replaced me with him one week, right?
Yeah, I did. He's on the bench. He was on the bench. So yeah, I called him up to the big leagues for sure. But yeah, I think that's a great stream. Magic, good shot.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we'll see y'all next
week.
Week.
Have to let me know how the wheels on the bus they keep turning. Just let me know.
Yeah, just send me into battle. Just shoot me right into there. All right, I like it.
I'll pack you a lunch, okay?
Yeah, I'll give you a little plastic bag. Don't forget your lunch box, okay? No, go ahead. Call me if you need me. And if I don't call you, it's like we know what happened. Yeah. Okay. Good chat. Guys, don't forget, Magic, you want to plug the Oasis tonight on X Spaces? What time? 9 o'clock?
9 p.m. Eastern, and it's hip hop trivia battles and things. So we're trying to
Ooh.
yeah. So you should be there. We're trying to
Okay.
get a good group with a lot of knowledge there to battle it out. We've got some giveaways and stuff. So
I'm not trying to be embarrassed with my hip hop knowledge. There's no way. I'm not gonna be able to compete with some of these other fuckers. There's absolutely no way. Good shit. Yeah, guys, check out the Oasis with Emoji and Magic tonight at 9 o'clock. Max and Janie, and he wrote lots of prizes, multiple prizes. Thank you, Emoji.
more than one prize.
More than one prize. Yeah, exactly. Plural of prizes, a plethora of prizes. Thank you, sir. But good shit. Magic, awesome. Guys, that's Magic Hour. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.
The Crypto Magic Hour. Feel the power. Counting coins as we print every hour. VeVeMagic.